Hello everyone, happy Sunday. It's your girl Ameza back on your screen. I am so excited to be back for a second episode of Breaking Limits. Again, Happy New Year. Happy New Year everybody. Happy 2021. I'm hoping that this year will be bigger, greater, grander, filled with great news, better news than 2020. 2020 is gone, and thank God. I am glad that we crossed over to 2021. So let me put on my glasses. There's some things coming up here. Okay. So today again, just like last week Sunday, that's when we had our premiere. And hello Mike, hello, hi, or Michello. If I mispronounce your name, please pardon me. Okay. So last week we premiered Breaking Limits. Esther dear, how are you? We premiered Breaking Limits and it was lovely. It was a good turnout. And I'm just so proud and so happy for all the people that joined in the premiere we did last week. And this is our second episode. And I remember telling you guys the first episode that Abieyuwa, the beautiful young lady that shared her story with us, is going to be joining us because we're going to follow her on her journey to becoming the wonderful, powerful, strong woman that she is today. And hello Abieyuwa, I see you're there. Thank you. Soon I'm going to bring her to join me here in the back room. Esther, I'm good. How are you? It's really very cold here. I saw pictures of you in the snow. That scared me because I know 2 weeks ago we actually had a white Christmas. Yeah, so that's about a week ago. This week hasn't been snowy. However, we're thinking that the snow is probably going to come towards the this coming week. So that scares me. I'm not a big snow person. The snow isn't the problem. Actually, during snow, for those of you who have experienced snow, it's actually beautiful during the snow. It's before the snow and after the snow. That's when it hits you. So yeah, I can see it snowed. I saw your pictures, which I liked. I really loved the way your pictures looked. Esther says she loves snow. And Michello, I think it's Michello. If I'm not pronouncing it well, please let me know. You're wanting to know where I'm located. Okay, I want you to guess, or if anyone knows where I'm located, go ahead, type it. Let's see if you're right or wrong. Boss lady, darling, how are you? Olufudipe, thank you for joining. So again, we're talking about breaking limits. Now, I did get letters and people want to, oh, London, Michello. Okay, good. London. Wonderful. I think New York City. Not bad. Okay, so if you're saying New York City, in the US, yes, I live in the US. So, but not New York City though. People think that too, that it might be New York City. Interesting. Happy New Year to you, boss lady. So again, I'm just trying to recapture or to bring us to speed where we left off last week. So Abieyuwa had come on and she had shared her story with us, growing up in a very, very volatile domestic situation. It was so bad that she had to run away. So part 2 of having Abieyuwa on, she's going to tell us what happened, after she ran away. Because this is the thing, if the home is good, if the home front is good, I don't think any teenager, I don't care even if you're a young adult, like in your early 20s, especially as a girl, run away from home. Why would you want to do that? People are guessing California. I have lived in California. So And so she's going to tell us how she also ran or got into situations herself that wasn't good for her. But I'm going to let her tell her story. Now, just to give a brief background, why I'm doing Breaking Limits. Because I did get letters from some people, and I might take one or two questions, depends on our timing today. But again, Esther, I want Esther to tell her story. And I've had some other people writing me directly, DMing me, letting me know that they also have stories to share. But one thing, I just want to thank all those that came forward and wrote to me, and they had questions. There is a young woman who's actually married right now, and she's in a very bad situation. Her situation is also kind of like Abieyuwa's, in that she thinks she modeled her husband after her dad. So that's a question I'm kind of curious to ask Abieyuwa that. Miss Cookie, thank you for joining us. So Breaking Limits, the reason why I did Breaking Limits, I have also been in a domestic situation myself. For those of you who are wondering, and I'm going to talk about it, but it's not only domestic situations alone. There are many things that inhibit us as women. There are many things that inhibit us as children, even as men. I have men writing me, telling me, well, it's not only women that get, that are the brunt of violence, they also have been compromised or even bullied. And that is true. I remember I also talked about that last week, mentioning to you that I have personal friends that have actually witnessed being abused by their wives. I have seen it. However, Breaking Limits is an empowerment series that is mostly targeted at women. I speak as a woman, knowing what women have gone through, because I've gone through some myself. For those of you who have been following me here and even on my YouTube channel, I had mentioned that I was sexually assaulted in college, in university, a long time ago. I didn't speak about it because, again, there's always victim shaming. It took me a long time. It affected some of the decisions that I took. But looking at me, I come out, I smile. Thank God for God, because it's not my strength. But I realized, having talked to many women, especially even when I came out and told people, a lot of women wrote me and they're wondering, how did I do it? Well, and that spurred me on to talk about breaking limits. So not only in that situation, but I've also been in situations in relationships that even though I smiled and I laughed with people, I was going through pain. I was being bullied, Now, bullying what people need to understand, and this is what drives me with Breaking Limits, a person that is abused is not going to look malnourished, not necessarily. Sometimes they're not even going to look sad. They're going to look fierce. They're going to look beautiful. They're going to look powerful. But somewhere in their life, somewhere, either in a marriage, in a relationship, at work, they are being abused. So that's what I wanted to bring out here, because I had people write me and say, I can't believe it happened to you. Well, yeah, it can happen to anyone. So I will be taking questions, but I also wanted to give voice to the voiceless. I wanted to give voice to people who don't have a platform or have a face or have a name to be able to talk about their own pain. Okay, there are a lot of women out there. There are a lot of people out there. There are a lot of children. Children grow up to be parents. And it affects the way we parent. I have a friend of mine who was continuously raped by a cousin of hers. Someone who was staying at home with her to take care of her while the mom and the sisters were out of the house. And he raped her from the age of 10. It affected her as she grew up and how she grew up. It affected the decisions she made. By the time she was 15, she had gotten rid of pregnancies 3 times. This is by a man who was in his 20s. She was 10. these things happen.